Welcome back to the TKO show. Today it's Thursday, talking about the upcoming schedule for NFL. It happens to be the divisional round weekend, so yeah, let's just hop straight into those games. First game is Texans-Ravens. This one's going to be a wee bit hard for me to predict because, one, I haven't seen much from the Ravens this season. They're one of a couple of teams that I really haven't tuned into. I've tuned into maybe like the last couple of minutes of a close game, but that's really about it. So I'm going to try my best on this one. I will say, I know Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers have been going off this season, and I know that their defense is pretty solid. I don't know how solid that defense is going to be against C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins. C.J. Stroud is by far one of the best quarterbacks in the league as a rookie. I think he has a pretty good shot at leading this team to the Super Bowl, but as a rookie, dude's good. And I think he does have a legitimate shot at the Super Bowl. He just has to get through the Ravens. I think he can get through that Ravens defense. The only thing I'm worried about is the inexperience on both sides of the ball, mainly, but mostly the defense and the inexperience on the defense going up against this Ravens offense, who is very, very good this season. Let me pull up some stats. Lamar Jackson this season has gone off for 3,600 yards, 820 rushing yards, and it's just been a phenomenal season for him. He has 24 touchdowns. So Lamar Jackson, you already know he's going to be good. He is good. Before I made this video, I saw that the Ravens picked up Dalvin Cook and waived Melvin Gordon. Now, Dalvin Cook is washed. He hasn't really been good. We saw that this year with him on the Jets. He got waived by the Jets and really didn't play for the Jets at all. So there was probably something going on with him, either an injury or just wasn't good. He was good when he was with the Vikings, even up till that last stint, even up those last couple games with the Vikings. He was still good, but who knows what happened. So yeah. Lamar's leading them in rushing. Zay Flowers once again is leading them in receiving yards by a lot, having 858 yards to Odell Beckham's 565. Mark Andrews is right behind him with 544. All three of them are averaging close to, or two of them are averaging 50 yards a game. Odell's averaging 40. And all three have been phenomenal this year. So yeah, not really much with that. But yeah, going back to the actual game and getting away from stats, because I don't love talking about stats. The Ravens do have a tendency to choke in the playoffs when they're good. So I actually messed up in this part. I went back and looked at it because it didn't seem right. It was Ravens-Bengals, and Bengals ended up winning that game because the Ravens choked. That's the game that I was thinking of because Tyrod Headley was playing well, but he ended up choking because that Bengals team was just good. So, yeah, back to the video. I know last year, I believe they were playing either the Browns or the Bengals. It had to have been it was either the Browns or the Bengals. It was some AFC North team that they were playing. It was either the Browns or the Bengals because I remember orange on the helmets. But they were playing a really good game against them, and Tyrod Headley was the quarterback and played absolutely phenomenal. Then in that fourth quarter, they kind of pulled away. But that was the last time, which it was last season, that I don't remember them choking. I remember them choking the game after, but it was Lamar's first game back since an injury, and it just wasn't great. So, yeah, I'm going Texans in this one, mainly because the Ravens have a tendency to choke in the playoffs. Next game, I'm going to try and be as unbiased. No, fuck that. I'm not. I'm really not. It's next game is Packers 49ers. I was going to say I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible, but you already know I'm not. Who's going to win this game? I'm sad to say it's probably the Niners. I will say the Packers are a phenomenal team. If that offense shows up again, which I doubt it will because they rarely show up 2 games in a row, they have a chance to win because that defense, the Niners defense, yeah, it's good. It's good on paper. It's good in theory, and it's good in reality. But they're not the best defense in the league. I think they are a good defense, a top 5 defense, but not the greatest defense. Not like a generationally great defense, like the 85 Bears. When you think of the Bears, you think of the 85 Bears, like a generationally good defense. That's not what the Niners have. And I think the Packers offense, when they're rolling, they can beat any defense in the league. Now, the Packers defense and Joe Barry is what scares me for this game, because the Niners have so many different offensive weapons. You have Brock Purdy, which I know he's controversial. I don't give a shit. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't give a shit if you're a system quarterback or not. Okay, that makes no difference to me. You're good. You're good. If you're good, you're good. I don't care if it's because of your system or not. Who cares? Brock Purdy. We saw last year that the Niners couldn't win without Brock Purdy in the playoffs because they didn't really have a competent quarterback. That also helped them. That also helped with them, with their backup being hurt and their third string also being hurt. So they were running, I think, Christian McCaffrey at the quarterback and running Wildcat mostly. But nonetheless, you have Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, who is going to be hard defensively to stop because they're all pro players and capable of doing a lot of those things. So that defense really just needs to show up. If the Packers defense shows up, I think that the Packers could win this. It'll definitely be a close game. It's not going to be how the Cowboys game was. The Cowboys game, I think, was a fluke. Well, not a fluke. It was more Packers actually showed up. I don't know if they were going to be able to show up 2 weeks in a row. And it's home field advantage for the Niners. And the Packers can never beat the Niners in the playoffs. Haven't for my entire fucking life. And I'm sick and fucking tired of it. And I hope that was just Aaron Rodgers not being able to play against the Niners. And so I have to go Niners in this one. Next game is Buccaneers versus Lions. This is a hard game. This is a good game, and it's going to be a hard game to predict. I think it's going to be Buccaneers. I think Buccaneers can win this. Yeah, Buccaneers are winning that. Baker Mayfield's playing well. Defense is playing well. It seems like Buccaneers as a whole is running on all cylinders. I love how they've been playing. Mike Evans has been going off. I like how they've been playing. They've been playing well. They destroyed the Eagles. Now the Eagles imploded 6 games with 6 games left in the season, so that's not much. But nonetheless, I do think the Buccaneers are winning. I don't think that this Lions team, I do think that they're a great team. I don't think this is the season where they get to the NFC conference championship game. So, yeah, the Lions team is a great team. Their defense is absolutely amazing. I think they could be a solid contender in the next couple of years, or for the next however many years, and starting next season, I think that they're a real contender at this. Hell, they are this season, but I think the Buccaneers are getting hot at the right time and just playing well as a unit. I like how they're playing. I'm going Buccaneers in that one. Now, to the Sunday night game. It is Chiefs versus Bills in Buffalo. It is Patrick Mahomes' first road playoff game, which I don't think is really going to make much of a difference. Well, actually, it's in Buffalo. Yeah, that's going to make a wee bit of a difference with Bills Mafia there. But I have to go Chiefs here. I have to. The Chiefs, Mahomes especially, is not going to lose in the playoffs. Unless if it's a Super Bowl, he's going to be Tom Brady, basically. You don't count against him in the playoffs. I don't care how bad his receivers are, he's going to make it work. He will find a way to win in the playoffs. And him and Travis Kelce have been on the same page a little bit more. So, yeah, I have to go Chiefs in that one. Bills are a good, solid team. I think they do have a legitimate shot at winning this, and I know they're the favorites. I'm still going Chiefs. You just can't bet against Mahomes in the playoffs. So, I'm going Chiefs in that one. But, yeah, that is all I have for you today. I will see you next time. Peace.